We'll just start in. Start recording. All right.
Hey everyone, welcome to the first episode of Pop Culture Junkies. I'm Ken.
I'm Chris.
This is Chris. We kind of are just two nerds who hooked up, and we didn't hook up. That sounds super sexual. We met at a comic store, and then became friends and been hanging out ever since for, 10 years or more now.
Yeah.
And we just decided we love all things pop culture. Why not start a channel for ourselves?
Just something fun, talk about things that we enjoy and we want to talk about. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess to give you guys some backstory, we met playing Magic the Gathering. I played Magic for years.
Same.
In the Denver area, and walked into a random comic shop and saw they were playing some Commander. Decided I would come back the next week and try to play Commander with everyone there. It was right when the first Commander sets came out too, because it was...
Yeah.
This is where the story's headed, but I had my own Commander decks before, but it was the first set that came out from Wizards, the first Commander decks, and I bought the Zedru, the Great-Hearted deck. Thought it'd be a nice little group hug deck, show up, give everyone some cards, gain some life.
And our play group at the time was already established. We already were doing some janky stuff.
Yeah, and so I sat down at the table. Hey guys, can I play Magic with you? They're like, yeah man, jump on in.
It's all friendly.
Can't wait to see what you got. It's all friends here. I think at the time too we were playing it. It was weird. There was like two stores right next to each other that had Magic play groups. Which we can get to what happened with this first store also in a second, because I remember that vividly. Yeah, I've never seen two Magic stores literally next door to each other in the same shopping center. There was like a pet store or something in between them.
Mm-hmm.
It was weird, man. Sat down with my Zedru the Great-Hearted deck, and then got thoroughly pub stomped and embarrassed.
But he came back next week and we were there again.
Wasn't fun. Licked my wounds. These guys are not playing nice. And then I came back the next week with Riku and Palicron and infinite mana.
Gotta go infinite. Yeah, that was a long time ago. It was fun. And ever since then, we've been hanging out on the regular. We were playing Magic all up until the pandemic.
Yeah.
Right, and then it just got a little, not friendly. Right, a little too scary. Yeah, but.
And that's really why this channel will have such a heavy comic focus, because we got really into comics at that point, right? We couldn't play Magic anymore. We saw the value in the cards, and then I think Chris sold his collectible. I know. Mm-hmm. We both watched him do it.
It was rough.
Sold off his collection and realized getting your value back out of Magic cards, not that easy. And typically you're anything $10 and below, you're probably selling for half of that on eBay, just because no one wants to pay shipping on it.
Or bulk. Or bulk.
Yeah, your dollar cards are getting bulked at like 10 cents or 25 cents. So FYI for all the Magic players viewing right now.
Segue.
Yeah, if you're looking at selling your collection, just realize you're probably going to get half of its worth or less for everything under $20. That's just the reality of selling Magic cards. The value just isn't there. And then Chris sold his collection and got really into buying comics. And that was like at the start of the pandemic or close to it, right?
Yep.
Like in April or May of 2020.
Yeah.
And I think I just watched him for a little bit, and we had talked about selling off Magic cards for a while. Like we talked about it off and on, and had all the value in our Commander decks, all the dual lands, all the unlimited
foils,
duals,
a whole foiled out deck.
Yeah, foiled out decks. I remember tracking down like multiple janky red cards from my Norn the Wary deck. And so yeah, I just kind of watched him doing it, and I was like, I should just do this too. the less I played Magic, we used to play every week. And
Every Sunday at the same comic book store.
Like 7 hours from 10 or 11 onward
Nice.
till 5 or 6 in the evening. And then, and I mean, it was good times.
Mm-hmm. That's fun.
It's I mean, it's nothing like playing 4D Magic. But yeah, I was like, I should just sell this stuff too. And then got really into buying comic books again. I'd always still had a hold slot, but got into graded comics.
Slabbing, right? Investing, buying keys.
I was actually, even before then, I did not like graded comics.
I remember you telling me that. Then I bought you one for your birthday.
Yeah, I did not.
I was like, I don't care. I'm buying this for you.
I did not like them at all.
Your wife bought you one too.
Yeah. I mean, that one I was okay with. I wouldn't want to spend that much on a raw comic. We'll do a whole spot on my top Adam Hughes comics in a future episode. But yeah, it was playing Magic, and then the pandemic hit, sold off our Magic collections, got heavy into comics. But I've just been heavy into pop culture too. Spend a lot of time hanging out with our families, watching each Marvel show when it comes out. I remember when I told Chris I didn't like anime, just couldn't get into it. And then he lent me like 3 sets. I'm just gonna piss off a whole lot of fanboys right now when I say I'm not into Cowboy Bebop. I don't get it. Don't get it.
It's one of my top 5.
It's everyone's top 5, and I just can't get into it. But what was the one with the chick with that sword? Claymore. That got me into it. I was like, this is sweet.
It's brutal. It's violent. Good story.
Yeah, that got me into watching anime.
We're also big, pretty much anything underneath the Disney umbrella, right?
Yeah, for sure.
We love all things Marvel, Star Wars.
Yeah, we'll do an episode on the Star Wars shrine in my foyer one day.
All the lightsabers we own from going to
Galaxy's Edge,
Disneyland and stuff like that.
We'll probably be going there this year.
I know my wife is talking to your wife to set that. she was like, we need to figure out the financial situation so we can go, and then the baby situation.
Yeah, we could totally do. We'll probably do a whole episode on that though. Like
maybe we'll
go to
vlog
Batu. Yeah, for sure. I will say for anyone that hasn't gone and is a Star Wars fan, you need to go. It is a whole experience that's entirely worth it. I would go every year. And I gotta get out to the Marvel University or whatever they built in California.
Is that
it's finally open this year?
With
the
the
Avengers
Avengers?
University?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Supposedly has some Spider-Man thing that zips across the top of the park all the time.
We, as in my family and Ken's family, we went to the very first week that it opened.
Yeah.
That Star Wars Galaxy.
It was crazy.
It was so
super
sweet.
long, like lines to get in. You had to get like a time pass, remember?
Right.
Like you couldn't even get into Batu. You had like a scheduled time that would let you in. They still do that with the lightsaber building and we didn't go to the bar. We didn't go to the. I forget what it's called.
We were trying to snipe those
Cantina.
times to get the lightsaber building. Like there's certain time slots, and we waited up, like late that evening. We're like refreshing our page on all of our mobile devices, trying to get that registered.
Remember, it was the first week, and we didn't know you had to reserve a time. We thought you could just walk in there and make a lightsaber, and so we walked up to the lightsaber lady, like she was standing outside the entrance. And we're like, oh, when can you get in to make lightsabers? And she was like, do you have a reservation? No, we don't. Can you just walk in there? She was like, it's full today. You could try tomorrow, but it's probably going to be a few. And we were like, well, we're only here for like 3 more days. So, yeah, I remember we were like all night waiting for it to refresh and open with new slots. It was worth it though. It was so worth it.
One of the first people to make those custom lightsabers.
I don't even take them out of the case. Like they just sit in the case in my house. But it's worth it, and I'm gonna buy 4 more when I go again.
They're up in my office.
Yeah. I converted a whole shotgun case to hold lightsabers. Worth it. Can't wait.
So I mean, that's the kind of content that we're probably gonna bring to you guys, right? Just a bunch of random pop culture stuff, things that we enjoy, you know, things that we want to share. Really, this channel's for us, right? Just to be able to talk about what we want to talk about. Yeah. So hopefully, you guys are along for the ride.
Yeah, be on the lookout for new content. About to film a whole new segment right after this.
See you guys.